So lately I've been really into panning shots, and so I figured what I would do today is I would take y'all with me so we can watch how I do it, and hopefully we can learn something. So let's go. So there are a few important parts to keep in mind, namely shutter speed and ISO, and we'll go over those in just a minute. First things first, it's a little too bright here, so let's head over this way where it is a little bit darker. And just like that, we are where we want to be. It's a little bit darker. Let's find a good spot to set up. Probably right here at this crosswalk. All right, so this is our spot we've chosen for now. I chose it mostly because I love the crosswalks. I love to try and get cars going right in the middle of it. I think it looks great, but first what we are going to do is we are going to run through some of those settings that I was talking about earlier. So I've got my camera open in pro mode, and hopefully this will focus. One moment. Cool. All right, so we're in pro mode, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be shooting with the 24. So what we're going to do is a good spot to start is we're going to put the shutter speed at about 1/20. You could also do 1/25, but I'm going to do 1/20. And then we're going to keep the ISO as low as we can. Let's see. Let's shoot one shot real quick to see what the exposure is like at 100. And we can see it's pretty dark. So something we could do is we could set the ISO to auto. That way it figures it out itself. It looks like it's at about 1600, which is not what we want. And let's see. Maybe 400. 400 is probably the 400, 500 is about where we want to be. Let's shoot a shot and see what it looks like. You know, still pretty dark, so we're gonna push it just a little bit. Let's try 800. Let's see what 800 looks like. And I think 800 looks pretty good for exposure. Don't want to push it too high. But yeah, that's basically all we're going to do for the settings. Besides that, set your focus area to center. That way when we are kind of tracking the cars, it's easy to keep it right in the center, just like that. Everything else pretty standard. We have continuous autofocus. We have, that could be on or off, doesn't really matter. RAW plus JPEG because I like to edit the RAWs after. And yeah, let's see what we can do. So I like to think that this is just as difficult as you might think it is, while also not being as difficult as you may think. The most difficult part is actually following them perfectly as they pass. Settings wise, it's actually basically just what I showed you, keeping the shutter speed pretty low and trying to keep your ISO as low as you can. And then yeah, the rest of it really just comes down to keeping the exact same speed as the cars going past, and it's probably going to take a lot of tries, but let's give it a go. I'm actually going to take my case off. It's pretty difficult with my case. All right, let's try it again. Oh, what did I just step on? That was a nut. Just busted someone's nut. Yeah, I'm not standing right in the middle of the crosswalk because I don't want to stand in the way of any people coming by. So it's going to be a little bit off looking no matter what, I think. And back to a red light. All right, we're going to try one more light cycle. We're going to choose just the best one. Oh no, is that all we get? Alright. But yeah guys, really that's about all there is to it. It's mostly a lot of trial and error, a lot of patience, a lot of just completely garbage shots, which I've got plenty of. But yeah, the best thing that we could do, follow the basic tips that I gave and go out and just try it. You can try changing the shutter speed a little bit. You could go a little bit up or a little bit down, and it'll kind of give a different result with that. You could also push the ISO higher than I did, but it'll make it look not as good at night. You could see even the best shot that I got, it was kind of, was my stabilization off? Hold on, there we go. Sorry about that, but yeah, you could push the ISO higher. It'll make it look a little muddier. Even if you get a perfect pan, it'll just naturally be muddier, especially since it's a smartphone sensor, but yeah. Hey, by the way, one tip that I forgot to mention while I was out that may help you out is when you are panning, instead of moving your arms like this, you could try to plant yourself and move your whole torso. That way, as you're moving, it's less chance of like any of this happening, or maybe as you pan with your arms, like one side pushes further, just to help kind of like not slow down, get rid of any of the like small little things that might get in the way. Hey, don't forget to like and sub. We're almost at 1,000. Thank you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching.